Hello and welcome to Newsletter Sports. I'm Moses Ichodo, and of course, like we always do, we'll be talking nothing but the very best of the sporting stories. Remember that there's been the international break where we saw Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 4 goals against Lithuania, and of course we saw Harry Kane as well getting in there for England. Raheem Sterling just cannot stop scoring for his country. So there's so much that has happened in the international break. However, now we return to the Barclays English Premier League with all the other leagues as well resuming after an emphatic international break holiday. So we'll start with a game that is going to be at Vikarage Road, where Watford will be hosting Arsenal. Now remember that Arsenal do come into this game without any injury scares. Nicolas Pepe was held back by Unai Emery after he said that he needed to work on the fitness of the player. And then of course you look at Aubameyang, who was also not involved with the national team. So many players, that is Lacazette as well, got time to get his treatment. So Arsenal don't really necessarily have any injury problems to worry about. The good news for Arsenal though is that Rob Holding, Kieran Tierney, and of course Hector Bellerin together with Rob Holding, as I mentioned earlier, have all resumed full training, and that means that they are just probably a week or two away from getting back into playing with their squad. For Watford, however, they are going to be without their captain, that is Dini, and of course they welcome back, that is Sanchez Flores Quinche, who was their manager before, of course, he was let go. And of course, remember that they did let go of their manager just last week, that is Javi Garcia. So the big question for this game is, can Arsenal go out there and pick up a massive win? Remember that the last game they played, they lost that in their last big game encounter, they lost to, that is Liverpool, the before they went on to draw against Tottenham Hotspur in a very entertaining North London derby. So for Arsenal, it's all about going out there to pick up massive points. Probably they'll be looking at players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for the goals, Dani Ceballos to continue manning that midfield and guiding and creating for the strikers. And of course, the big question now is, will Nicolas Pepe finally get to score his goal? The big money signing for the club, Arsenal. So that is where Arsenal are at the moment. So we'll look at it and we'll be waiting to see if Arsenal can be able to achieve that as well. Remember that for Arsenal, it's all about being very good in defensive setup, but because they have a very good attacking team, they forget that they have to focus on their defensive aspects as well. So the big question will be, can the likes of David Ruiz, the likes of Socrates be able to man that defense? Nacho Monreal left the club, Henrik Mkhitaryan as well left the club. Monreal joined Royal Sociedad on a permanent deal. Henrik Mkhitaryan joined that is AS Roma in Italy on a loan, but with provision to make it a permanent deal. And so those are some of the departures at the Emirates Stadium. But they go into this game hoping that they can get back into winning ways and be able to climb back into the top of the table. Unai Emery will probably be looking at this as an opportunity to bring back Joe Willock, who just signed a new contract with the club, but also returned from that injury that kept him away from the North London derby. So the big question for most of the fans is, why have Joe Willock ahead of Mesut Ozil? And we all know that there has been a little bit of a back and forth between the two, that is Unai Emery and Mesut Ozil, the German. But we're all hoping that probably it's the first time we'll be seeing Mesut Ozil playing in the hall, just behind the three attackers, that is Nicolas Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. So we'll be waiting to see what happens in there. Now, of course, the other game that is in the English Premier League that we'll be looking at is the game between that is Norwich City and Manchester City. And remember that in this game, we come into this game where Timo Pukki has already beaten Manchester City to win the Barclays Premier League Player of the Month. Manchester City had 3 players in contention for this award. They had, that is Sergio Aguero, they had Kevin De Bruyne, they had, that is Raheem Sterling, who has been firing from all cylinders. Sergio Aguero with 6 goals, Timo Pukki with about 5 goals in there. Remember, he had scored a hat-trick against that is Newcastle, then he had a goal against Chelsea, he had a goal against Liverpool as well. And so he comes, he wins the Barclays Premier League award of the month. And for me, it was always going to come down to the fact that what have his goals been able to contribute into that is Norwich City. Of course, Norwich City are not entirely in the best positions in the Premier League. They stand at 19th on the log, where they could have been in a better position. Remember, they won one game, they went on to to lose the other games. But at the end of the day, Pukki, absolutely fantastic. His off the ball movement and then on the ball movement have been something to really enjoy to watch. And I think that he still has a lot of potential to showcase in the Barclays in Premier League. However, coming up into this game, I believe that this is Manchester City's game. Manchester City literally have everything in terms of firepower. That is David Silva, that is Bernardo Silva alongside Kevin De Bruyne. Were absolutely lethal in their international engagements. Of course, we cannot go without mentioning Raheem Sterling, who scored 1 goal for England and going on to create a hat-trick of assists. The same can be said for Kevin De Bruyne, a hat-trick of assists and a goal. So you look at these 2 players or 3 players, these are players that will be very massive for Pep Guardiola, and so you think that they have so much more that they can offer to Manchester City. And of course, we talked about that is Norwich City themselves. They are not doing so badly. They have a couple of players that are out injured, but I believe that with everything that is happening in their club, they're definitely a team to that should be able to give Manchester City a run for it. And of course, the focus is going to be on Timo Pukki. Tim Krul in goal for Norwich City is going to be a massive difference for them. We all remember about how he is very incredible. Gabriel Jesus returns for Manchester City, so probably that is going to be massive news for them. And then of course Benjamin Mendy and John Stones have also returned into training. They may not necessarily make an appearance in this encounter between Norwich City and Manchester City, but at the end of the day, Manchester City should be able to come out on top of this game. Thank you so much for watching News Libre Sports. Remember to subscribe to our channel and be able to get all the best stories all over the place. Remember that News Libre is why everything is what you've been looking for.